What's up? This is your host Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today and Non-Fungible Tomorrow. And today I want to do a special episode sharing about a recent win that I have in the NFT bear market. So as we all know, the market right now is very quiet. We are in a very downward trending market. And, it's very hard to make money, right? Especially with NFTs, with a lot of NFTs not minting out. But I do want to share a recent win that I had, and I was able to 20x my money, and I do have the blockchain to prove to you. And I think this project is actually quite interesting, and it's very different from all the other projects that you have been seeing in the past where you have huge influencers sharing it. So I do think that this project, deserve a video of its own. And also, I do just want to share something that's positive within the space, right? So what happened is that 10 days ago, I saw this alpha call in a Discord channel. So basically, on August the 7th, right, this project came out. It's called Crude Borne X, right? So it started out as a free mint, and it immediately minted out, right? So you have a different type of alpha channels talking about this project, but there weren't any influencers, or there isn't any people who's like a thought leader talking about this project, right? But it is just some alpha channels. And then what I found out is that within that day, on a lot of complex alert, right? Crude Borne was basically trending in volume. There were a lot of trading volume in Crude Borne. So what happened was that when the project first came out, right, 10 days ago, I bought this for 0.0095 ETH, right? And then just 7 days ago, I sold it for 0.12. So in USD value, that's a 20x, okay? And the reason why I want to talk about this is that, people are saying that, hey, in the NFT bear market, you can't make money, stuff like that. But I do think that this is not true. The first thing is that how you can make money is that, just pay attention to alpha groups, right? Pay attention to people's call and really look at the projects. So when I first encountered this project, what happened was that I went to the Twitter, look at the Twitter. There was no, so they do have a website. So this is the website, but there isn't like a Discord, right? And it was kind of weird. Like, it gives a very different vibe, right? So one thing that you can look for in a project is that a project's website. So this looks like a website that is kind of different from other projects, right? The reason why Goblin ran is that it has a very different vibe, right? You have the Goblin mobile SMS and that thing, and it gives people like a very different feeling compared to a very polished project, right? So the reason why I bought, I didn't buy immediately, even though I saw the trending, right? The reason why I bought is that I was looking at the website, and then I was looking at the Twitter. Definitely it gives you, it reminds you of that, Satoshi, no Discord, that type of vibe, right? But the really interesting thing was that this Twitter, this project, basically what they do on a daily basis is to issue out different type of puzzles. So what would happen is that community members would come together and they would try to solve these puzzles, right? They would try to find out who's behind the team. The team is not doxed. There's no information about the team. There's no roadmap. There's just basically nothing, right? So I thought that there's nothing much to lose, so I decided to buy at this price. But then as it was rallying and ETH 2.0 merge narrative was coming out, I decided to sell. But maybe I did sell a bit too early, because what happened was that after I sold, the really interesting thing about this project is that they didn't have a review, right? So this is the egg that I sold. So what they did is that in the beginning, it was a placeholder image. So all the metadata, there's no property, right? And then what happened is that they reviewed the egg. And then and the egg themselves, you do not really know what's inside the egg. There's no profile picture. It's just an egg, right? But then it did have all of these property, okay? So, and the really interesting thing is that usually when projects, NFT projects, say for example, Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? They have the Bored Ape profile picture. Then they airdrop the serum, and then you could use the serum on your Bored Ape in order to give you the mutant apes, right? So that's how you create a secondary collection. The really interesting thing about this project is that even before reviewing the project, they decided to drop a second collection. So what happened was that a few days ago, they came up with this collection called Crude Borne Jelly Babies. So as long as you hold one of these Crude Borne eggs, you could go to the website and then you could connect your wallet and then you can mint these jelly babies. But right now there is no there's no utility. We do not know why there's these type of babies, right? Like, what's the relationship of this? Is this like the mutant of the Crude Borne, or is this gonna be like what is this, right? And also, if these eggs hatch, right, would these eggs look like this, or is it like a bird or an owl, right? Because if you look at Crude Borne, this is the image, right? You have the owl. So there's a lot of mystery right now. And one thing that as I was digging deeper and after regretting selling is that I found out that they have a community mural website. So a mural is a website where a lot of people could put ideas together. So what happened was that Crude Borne, so the community members decided to list all of the clues about the project. And every day there's a new puzzle and then they list all of the clues. And this is just shocking, right? The amount of effort that these people are giving into this, right? So what happened was that Crude Borne, the Twitter account, they hosted Twitter Spaces. They come up with very cryptic, clues and also puzzle. And the community was just, scour the internet just to find clues, finding the connections, and trying to find what's the team behind this project. So look at this. We are now at day 11. And then this is still, being propagated, right? Like people are still writing on this, right? Okay, somebody says something and stuff like that. So right now, the project is still ongoing. They are still trying to find out the relationship between the jelly babies and also the eggs. I personally have no idea, but I just think that this is this is very dedicated, right? This community is definitely a very strong community. And if you really look at this, right, this is still quite early, right? You only have 3,421 followers, but you have such a strong, dedicated community. And at the same time, the team is not as simple as we thought, right? They have dropped 2 collections within 10 days. And at the same time, with a secondary collection, the good thing is that you can actually sell it to get liquidity if you want. But maybe these NFTs might have some relationship with the eggs, right? So it basically goes against what you know about NFTs, right? You have a collection that hasn't even reviewed yet, that has no roadmap on the website, but it's basically delivering every day. I just want to share this with you. I just want to share with the community that even though in a bear market, if you're in the game, right? As long as you look at alpha groups, you do your own research, there's always a chance that you could hit a jackpot, and that's what I did, right? So I just want to share this with you, and I don't think it's too late to enter. Because look at this, right? The price did retrace a bit, right? Now we're at 0.02. So if you're really looking at this, and if you're interested in a story-driven, puzzle-driven community, you're just paying $30 for this experience, right? So it's just like buying a ticket to a movie or something like that. But then you have, if you like to solve puzzle, right? This is kind of not financial advice, but it's value for money. You could, meet people in this community if you love puzzles, that type of stuff. So anyways, pretty cool stuff. Just want to share a win, and also just don't lose faith in this space, even though we are seeing a lot of downward momentum, even though people are selling the NFTs. It's just that as long as you do not lose faith in the space, as long as you're still in the game, there's always a chance that you hit a jackpot. And I won't say, I think I'm lucky that I landed in a project that happened to be successful and I was able to sell before, right? And the reason why this is happening is because I'm in the space. I did my research. I listen to people's alpha call. I really click into the website and to really understand, because a lot of nowadays you even have the anti something social club that's actually being promoted by one of the OGs, Bored Apes, right? But this project, the reason why I want to do this is that I have respect for this project, right? Without any paid share, whatever, they build the followers with 3,421 followers. And the really interesting thing is that you have different people following them, right? You have Scott Cormier, who's actually from A16Z, right? So definitely this is, and Shamdu, right? Shamdu is a huge NFT influencer, right? So I think this is a interesting case study in itself, that the collection hasn't even reviewed yet, and they already have a secondary collection. They were able to build a strong community, and these are all components for a potentially successful project, but not financial advice. It is always important to know what the exit plan is, right? For me, my exit plan is if I make a 10x, I go. But luckily, thanks to this project, I make a 20x. So yep, this is for today's episode. Just wanted to share some of recent wins in this very negative environment. This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out.